What is up, everyone? Welcome to I'm sorry. Welcome to Reality Room Podcast with Chris. Today we're going to be talking about Insiders on Netflix, a Spanish show featuring 10 strangers that are competing for $100,000, but they don't even know that they're on a reality show. So they're basically in the studio thinking that they're going through their final process, um, only to discover that they've been on the show the entire time. So we're going to talk about the cast. I'm really going to base this cast off of what I've seen, like within the episodes. So, because again, there's no. Every time I try to do a cast analysis for any show other than Big Brother, there's like no website for it. There's no information on the cast. I usually have to go on like someone's Instagram to like see if there's like any information on this cast. So, we're gonna go straight to this cast analysis because we have a lot to talk about. So let's go into our first cast member. We have Ramone, and I really do like Ramone. I think he's in his 30s. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So when he was doing his first challenge, he definitely was like he wasn't scared of doing the challenge, but he seems like a very chill dude. He doesn't seem like he is someone that he looks like he can ruffle people's feathers and stuff like that, but he seems like a very chill, relaxed dude within the episodes. So, but I also believe that when what Ramon, I got to make the comparison. Got to put it in there. So when I think of Ramon, I think of Jace and I think of Austin. So when I think of Ramon, like the hat really gets to me, guys. So this hat right here. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, making sure. Hello. Okay. Yeah, so the hat right here definitely gave me vibes of like Jace and um, you know, Jason Austin from season 17 of Big Brother. So, yeah, I got some, vibes from him. But he came in and it seems like he's a very chill, relaxed dude. When he was doing his first challenge, he wasn't too sad about it. He kind of seemed like a very neutral player. So yeah, that's really what I thought of it when whoops my microphone no that's what I thought of him when we were talking. When I saw him in the episodes, he seems like a very chill dude. And I think he does have the potential to win the show. To be honest, I'm not sure how the format is for this show. I think the first half, they just think that they're going through the final process, and then they bring back all the contestants. Um, they bring back all the contestants to actually play in the game. So he kind of seems like a very Ramon seems like a sneaky person, but he also seems very chill, very relaxed. He's got the tattoos, he's got the hat. So I like Ramon. He's cool. He's cool. I chill with him. If I knew how to speak Spanish, I would definitely chill with them. If I knew how to speak Spanish, guys. All right, we're gonna move on to the next person that we have. We have Sophia with an F. So Sophia, if you watch the episodes, she's very, very introvert. She's very quiet. She doesn't really talk too much to the people in the house. And honestly, I think she's a pretty okay, player. She does call out one of the contestants for basically plotting her demise, which might bite the other person that I'm going to be talking about in the ass. But when I thought about Sophia, she seems like a very introverted, relaxed person. She seems like someone that wants to get all the information in before she starts talking, and so that's really what I thought when it comes to Sophia. So Sophia, I really did like a lot. Testing. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just like making sure my audio doesn't go out. So yeah, I really do like Sophia. She is probably one of my favorites so far. I really like her. Me gusta too. I don't know. All right, let's get on to the next person. Um, because we have, man, I don't even know. So we have Tanya, and she's the one that gave the massage to Ramone. And I can see them kind of together, but she just seems like so boring of a she just seems kind of boring of a person, but it could definitely change like later on, like throughout the show, because you know she's still in there, but she seems like kind of a boring person. I don't know why she doesn't come up. You know, I think she is extroverted, but I'm not really too fond of Tanya. Mostly because she just doesn't come off as a very like interesting person. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. But she did press the she she is kind of ruthless though. So she definitely is ruthless. She's the one that did press the button like 3 times, and I was like, "Yo, she does not care about anyone." Like, if I had to choose between like pushing a button to like electrify someone in an electric chair, I probably would push it 1 or 2 times. But she pushed it 3 times, so she seems like a ruthless badass. But I still think she is kind of a boring person. I'm sorry. I gotta call it out. Boring. I'm just saying. She's a boring person. Okay. Let's move on to our next person that we have on our list. So we have Pablo, and let me tell you guys. Oh my god, he just seems another. He's so similar to her in regards to like anything entertaining. He's all he does is work. All he does is work out, and he doesn't really bring too much social interactions with people. And so I just don't understand like why he even got on the show. He's definitely built. Like he's got a lot of his physique is really 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 good. And he definitely could work out. He doesn't really bring too much on the table to be honest. Like when I think of Pablo, I just think of like I don't know. Uh I just think of like a big muscular guy who just, is, you know, he comes off as like the nice guys finish last type of vibe. I don't know. What do you think about Pablo, guys? Pablo. Oh man, Pablo, you're gonna get me into some you're gonna definitely get me into some trouble. That's for sure. Yeah. So that was my thoughts on Pablo. Whoever's in the chat, can you hear me? If whoever's like watching this on the chat, I just have to make sure my audio is fine because it does cut out from time to time. So whoever is in the chat, please let me know if my audio is fine. Because it does tend to happen where my audio will just cut out for no reason. And this is why I need someone to actually like come with me on the podcast to talk about this. Okay, moving on. Next person. Next we got a girl. We got Raquel. Raquel. I think her name's pronounced Raquel. And she's the one that went first in and she's the one that went first in the competition, and like I think she was like crying about it, and I'm not I mean, if I had to choose between like electrifying someone on an electric chair to make sure I get further into the casting process, I'd be pretty upset about that too. And we saw that from Ramone. Ramone was also kind of crying, but Raquel, she seems nice. She's not too boring like this girl, the Tanya. Like she's okay. But I do forget about her. And I think we can definitely, hopefully, we get some, interesting vibes from her later on. But she seems kind of, I don't really care about her that much. I don't know. I don't know what to say about her other than do I have any notes on her from any of the episodes? Like Raquel? Um, not really. She just seems boring. She's also another boring one. I don't know. I think they even called her out. I think like the casting producers like called her out for like being bored. Oh, okay. Okay, you can hear me, right? You can hear me, Bonita? Bonita, can you hear me, please? Comment on the. Okay. So yeah, that was really honestly my thoughts for I don't know what she brings to the table. Like she comes off, hey, hi, I'm Raquel, hi, I'm Raquel, look at my teeth, they're big. I don't know. That's what I got. That's what I got from her. Okay, but anyways, let's move on to who I think is probably going to win this whole show. Because I honestly think so. Let's get on with Lorenzo. Lorenzo is like I can already tell if they had an Insiders All Stars edition, like Lorenzo would be back on like within a heartbeat. Like there's not even like a question in my mind. Okay, like there's not even a question in my mind that Lorenzo like is he's so sneaky with like everything, and he's such a good liar. And you know who Lorenzo reminds me of, guys? Paul. Okay, so Benita said that she saw season one. I did not see season one, so I don't know how season one is operated. So I don't want too many spoilers. I just know that there's from season one we have Peter and Laura. That's all I know is that we have the two saboteurs, and we'll get to them later. But I really want to get into Lorenzo because Lorenzo is the one who he's so sneaky. Like he's such a sneaky guy, and he's gonna be the one that's gonna stir up the pot. And I got I got Paul from Big Brother 18 and 19 vibes from him. It just seems like they're both very sneaky. They got the beard, they have the nose ring and the earrings. Like, yeah, I don't know. They seem like they would be good cousins. I can see them, Lorenzo and Paul. They'd be good cousins. Okay. Moving on to our next person, and I'm going to talk about Lorenzo because Lorenzo is 100% an all stars. People, 100%. That's hello, 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 hello. Exactly, yeah, exactly. Paul from Big Brother. Yep, that's what I got from Lorenzo. He's a Paul from Big Brother. There you go. But overall, I think Lorenzo's gonna start stir up the pot. I really, honestly, I didn't. I really wish he didn't fuck over um, Sophia. But fuck, man, I love Sophia. No. All right, moving on. Let's get to the next girl. So we have Noah, and she is like the bubbly. Hi, like look at me. I have got really nice hair. But the thing about Noah that I do like is that she's 29. She's a social worker. And she's a fun. She seems like a fun girl. And so when I think about her, like when I think about Noah, I have a feeling she's someone that you would want to work with rather than just go against because she's a nice girl. She comes off as she doesn't come off as a stand up girl, but I think one or two of the girls might have not liked her. If I'm correct, but I do think that she has a lot of potential to do a lot of really great things. And when I think of Noah, I think of Claire. When I think of Noah, I think of Claire. I don't know, guys. What do you think? They definitely have a lot in common, that's for sure. Um, and especially when it comes to the casting process. Like she could have been on Big Brother 23. That's what I think. She could have been on Big Brother 23. So yeah. Um, she she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Not too much on her to be honest. We'll see in the next couple of episodes. So let's get on with Alex. Alex is the dad with the married dad with the kids. Or I think he's got like one or two kids. I'm not exactly um too sure how many kids he's got. I just know he's got a lot. And is married, so he's not getting into it. He's not getting into a showmance with anything. And it's kind of rare to have people like it's kind of rare to have people like Alex on a reality show because people who are married don't tend to go on reality shows like this. So I don't know. I think no. I think Alex. I mean, spoilers. Like Alex didn't do good. But I think being the dad and he wouldn't touch the button. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's the one that didn't touch the button. Yeah, I know. And he was the one that was crying about it, right? Was that him that was the one that was crying about the button? Because that's the thing. Like when you have to make these difficult decisions, like I think that people should have like common sense and realize like they're not their lives are not in danger, but I guess it also does really test their like emotional ability to like feel empathy or sympathy towards one another. So yeah, so I don't know. He yeah, whoops. Yeah, you're right. He wouldn't touch the button. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Let's move on. And honestly, I got Cory Book Bride. Corey Brook vibes from this guy, except he's married, and I think Corey just got married, but he's married and he's got the kids. So Alex seems like he's an okay guy. That's all I have to say about him. He didn't do good, obviously. I think he was like the first one voted out. Well, not voted out, but the producers like kicked him out of the show, or temporarily kicked out. So we'll see. So let's get on to our next person. We've got Aiden. Aiden is also, here's the thing. I think Aiden is like a good vibe. Like I think I get when I think about Aiden, like Lorenzo would work with Aiden. I feel like these two would have like some sort of a final two if they were like working together. I don't know if they were on opposite sides of the house, but Aiden seems like a very chill dude, and but he was also crying too when it came down to pushing the button. And so he's also another emotional guy too. So that might bite him in the ass later on. And also a lot of people said that they wouldn't save him in any scenario. So I think when it comes to Aiden, he's got a lot to prove. And so I think he's gonna have to really step it up competitively, socially, strategically. He's got to be a little bit more open minded to people. And I know it's hard when it comes to this type of setup in which like you're trying to get on a reality show, and so you're thinking like, who would I screw over or whatever, and yeah, and stuff like that. All right, so we have our last person before we talk about the two saboteurs from last season that came in. We have Martha, Martha. I don't know, Marta. She's okay. I think out of all the girls, I think she's the most smartest out of all of them. She's the one that stood up for Lorenzo when Lorenzo was lying. So yeah, when Lorenzo was lying, she stood up for him. And to be honest, she did cry, but talked big at audition. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Yeah, sure did cry, but talked big. Yeah, exactly. Um. So yeah, but she's the one that stood up for Lorenzo when Sophia was calling Lorenzo out for lying, and I mean she's wrong, obviously, but it just shows like she'll believe in anyone that that whoever she thinks is right. It doesn't even matter if they're right or wrong. So we have Martha, and I got some Caitlyn vibes from her. Um, she's yeah. I don't know why I got Caitlyn vibes from Big Brother 20. So yeah, that's Martha, guys. And I think her and Lorenzo will work together for sure. Yeah, so that's really what I thought of her altogether. So let's move on. Let's move on to the two saboteurs that are coming in and they're pretending like they're going through this casting process. So we have Peter, and Peter is like he's such a shit stirrer, but he's actually a lot smarter than he comes on. I think he's really good socially. He's very flirtatious with the girls. And she's got a thing for him. So I think Peter is an all-star in my opinion. And he's still in there. So he does have a lot to prove. I don't know how he did in the first I don't know how he did in the first season of his show. But I'm excited for Peter because Peter definitely brings a different vibe to this cast overall. And I don't know why production like they put a bag like under his bed and then everyone was suspicious about him. And so he has a lot of work to do. I guess this is like a second chance of like playing the game. So he's got double the work to do, and I think he just got off season 1. I'm pretty sure season 2 just happened after season 1 immediately ended. So yeah, I like him. He seems like the partier guy. So yeah. So let's get on with Laura. So Laura is the one. They kicked her off. So production decided like to set her up to open the door to get into what is it called, the studio. Like she was the one that had to open the door to get the studio 12. Because they think that the other contestants are on the other side. So she was the one that was told like to go and basically open the lock to get outside and go through the door. And she is smart. She's not like the other girls. She's not like physique wise, she's okay. But I think she is also she's gonna come back with the other contestants too, and they all are gonna have to compete. I think the first half this is how I think the show is. I think the first half of the show is correlating in which like they don't know that they're on the show, and then the second half they know that they're on the show and they see everything from that first half. And so I think it's gonna really ruffle some feathers when they see like how much backstabbing they have done, especially Lorenzo. So I really do like her. She's fun, and I think her, Peter, Martha, kind of, and Lorenzo are pretty good. Yeah, but I also he's my number one, guys. Like Ramone will be my number one person to win this whole thing, and I would love it if Ramone was the one that won this season. I'll be pissed if it was anyone else. I'll be happy for them, but pretty pissed off. So I want to go over the host because the host, like, see how I have my setup with the lights. I have that too. So I don't know what I forgot what her name was, but she's really famous, guys. Like she's more famous than Julie Chen and the guy from Jeff Probst from Survivor combined. I don't know what her name is, but she honestly is like her narration is like not. It's pretty good. I'll check and see what her name was. Her name is Najwa Nimuri. Najwa Nimuri. I think that's what her name is. I'm not too sure. Najwa Nimuri. And honestly, I think she's doing good. I got some Lady Gaga vibes from her. Got not gonna lie, got some Lady Gaga vibes from her. She seems like a psychopath, and she's also very smart too. Like I don't know if she's reading off a teleprompter or whatever, but she's a pretty good host. And I'm glad that she's not like a host in which she's like gonna be a part of the whole shows. Sometimes that's not really good, but yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, so this was Reality Room Podcast, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on with this cast and who do you think is going to win this cast based on what happened in the episodes. My bet is I want Ramone to win the whole thing. Period. I'm Team Ramone. So that's my thoughts, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Take care.